Okay. Okay, there we go. Yes, this is a new live. If you guys could like this live, that'll be helpful because people will know that this isn't the one that's like defunct. This is the one. But my husband ordered pizza, and then I always get spinach when I get pizza too because I like the combo and I like to have something green. So I'm gonna eat lunch now, a little bit earlier. But there we go. Okay. Alrighty. Let me open up this guy. Okay. Live chat. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you. Yeah, I love spinach with garlic and olive oil is one of my favorite things. And then in true American fashion, we ordered pizza. We watched Iron Man last night. And one of the things that Robert Downey Jr. always does when he's in a movie is he's always eating. So in Iron Man 1, he got pizza. And so hence us having pizza for lunch today. But yeah. Yeah, I love Iron Man. It's such a good one. I wish I had Jarvis. Absolutely. Milu. Aw, I hope he's feeling better. There you go, Myers. Maybe you'll get pregnant before me. By the end of the week, Myers will have a baby mama. There we go. Louis. Yeah, so it was between Milo and Louis. I thought it was Louis too, actually. But I knew what you meant. I am an astrologer. Yes, food baby, exactly. Do you know what sun sign you are, Cyber? I'm gonna get back to this coming week. And Deanna, let me know if you're still here, if you're in the new room. I'm thinking about, I just saw I can't go back now because I needed to start a new space. But, hi Game Changer, I'm good, how are you? Your hands sweat a lot. That could be anxiety too. I love Leos. Yes, okay, perfect. I love that. Let me know when you're ready to share, Deanna. Or if you want to chat about any of them while we're here, I'm happy to help you. Like a lunch and learn together. And yes, I put spinach on my pizza. And I always have my pizza with garlic powder and sea salt. Balance. Well, I'm 5'8", so what do you think my shoe size is? Yeah, Cyber, I love that. Yes, Eloise, what did you ask? Yeah, absolutely. 10 US, that's generous of you. That's way too big for a woman's shoe size for most women. I'm good, Tarun. How are you? I love that, Deanna. Yes, I always miss my people when I haven't seen them in a while. I like what I know of India. I haven't had the pleasure of being able to go. I would love to go though. One of my friends just got back from being there for a week or so. No, a couple weeks actually. She was stuck at the airport, which you guys know the saga of, but I'm eating pizza and spinach. So, a balance. Okay. Hi, Rob. How are you? It is pizza. 9 is close. Yeah, I would love to meet Guru. But yeah, I'm eating pizza and spinach with garlic and olive oil. Thank you, K Fresh. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. How do you say this word in American? Oh, and American English, astronomical. Yeah, sambar and rice. I'll have to, the next thing I'm making, I'm from the US, I'm from North America. Hi, Parth, how are you? We thought you abandoned us. It's nice to see you again. I think there's a little gift on the bottom. Thank you, Mass. $33. Hi, Key. How are you? Yes, spinach and ground beef. Yes, I have ground beef upstairs. That'll be for dinner tonight. I track my macros, so when I have something like pizza, like I'll go a little bit like more clean, so to speak, in the afternoon. Oh, Deanna, I have to go back and look at sermons for motivational speaking. There's a couple comments you made after that I wanted to go back to. There you go, Alex. Ding, ding, ding. That's the right answer. Hi, Arfin. How are you? It's very good. I love anything with garlic is always good. From Germany, hello. Pineapple on pizza. I've had that before. Ham and pineapple, and it's good. I'm not eating pizza with a fork. It's the spinach that I have that I'm eating with a fork, and I'm putting it on the pizza. Let me see. I'm going back. Yes, we do need peace. That's for sure. Am I from Kansas? I am not from Kansas, thankfully. No offense to people who are from Kansas, but I would have been very bored there. Wait, I want to go back to what Deanna was saying for a second. It's too far back. I'm trying to look for... Deanna, can you post again? Or like, if you need me to respond to it, can you post what you were having trouble about? Sushi, I love that. I don't know how to say that animal's name. Thank you, Barati. Hi, you say no to injustice. Hello. Garlic is so good. Yes, it's pizza and spinach. Croissant with hot sauce. If it had like an egg and cheese like croissant sandwich, yes. Thank you, Guru. Yeah, I can't find Deanna's, oh, New Orleans. Oh my gosh, I love New Orleans. I would move there, but I'm not from New Orleans. I have an accent. I do have an accent even compared to other Americans. Mm. I also have the chat up on my right hand side, so it's easier for me to see. Can you tell me how to become a successful celebrity in global industries? Well, I mean, it depends on, do you want to be a celebrity that's like an actor and actress? Or do you want to be like just a influencer? Depends. Mm. Mm. I have Tapatio in my fridge right now. I love it on watermelon, too. I know. I have a community of people that meet here regularly, so there's a lot of you that are just popping in that are being sent the algorithm, but I usually answer their questions for those that have been here for a while. But I used to work in talent management in New York City, so I did work with celebrities and actors and actresses, but I would help more so behind the scenes. I wasn't somebody that was on the front of the line, so that's the context clue that's missing. Hello, hello. Hi, Urbashi. How are you? Hi, PSG. Welcome back. As influencers, I mean, as an influencer, it's a lot harder to become an influencer than it used to be. And every industry based on the country that you're in is going to be different. So when you're in, say, India, for example, because I know a lot of you are, the way to become an influencer in your country is going to be different than like as an American. So it depends. Hi, I am. It depends on what industry you're trying to get into as an influencer, what influencer culture you're trying to get into. Thank you, Ali. No, I'm sorry, I am. No one likes the feeling of being left out, but maybe you're better off. Oh, Vishnav? Hi, SK. I'm eating pizza and spinach. Anytime that anyone ever left me out, I agree with Pirate. It's anytime somebody wants to leave you out, you're better off anyway. Thank you, guys. Yeah, spinach, broccoli. We're a spinach household. How to convince my dad to buy me a car. I mean, if you can also show that you have good grades, usually good grades is the way to convince your parents. Ooh, roti omelet with spinach. That sounds really good. I've never had that before. You're welcome, I am. What was Ghost was saying? If I may ask. Oh, I missed it. I think he deleted it, yeah. Oh, Deanna, I'm trying to find, all the chat went really quick when you posted again, so it keeps getting buried. Help with the starting point because wellness is broad. I mean, Deanna, what are the things that people constantly try to get free advice from you about? Deanna. Exactly, Chico. Refined flour. Well, it's interesting because if you eat roti, naan, and paratha, that's the same thing, right? A refined flour. There you go. So it's not that he won't, it's just a matter of time and being patient and him getting you a car, Darian. So far, mods, I'm not openly recruiting for mods because I don't need one at the moment. You may argue differently, but maybe you can make a good argument for why I would need a mod. Alright, hold on, let me put on chat delay. Don't spam the comments. No, you're not blocked. Yeah, I'm getting to it. Bro, okay, sorry. I hate when people can't read a room. Now no one's reading anything at all. If you can't read the room, I'm not reading. Here you go. Okay. I am, yes I am, Eddie, thank you. I can get to it pretty quickly. That's the if it's people who are like, they have really bad people spamming, but I've curated my page pretty well. Yeah. The kid that was in here that was spamming about his exam. Like, congratulations, there's other people in the chat that we've known for a while. And having more of a conversation. But I was answering Deanna's question that I wanted to go back to. About wellness being broad as a motivational topic. And my question back to you, Deanna, was because of like, what do people try to always get advice from you about, or what unsolicited advice do you constantly want to give, Deanna? That is the number one question I would start to ask yourself. People will ask me, how do I look, sometimes about scheduling or order. How do I look? Like they'll ask you for advice about like outfits or things like that. Sometimes scheduling or order. Yeah. I mean, I would definitely, yeah, like I find that people, so what we want to give is not always what people want to receive from us. So like, even in me changing from TikTok to YouTube, right? Like, as we're chatting, thank you, Janet, and I'm eating, obviously my attention is like answering your question right now. So I'll go back and look at the chat a little bit after as you guys are responding. But I wanted to keep my focus on answering Deanna's question because Deanna's one of my paying clients that I work with too. Like, you see how I've switched to go where the energy was reciprocated, right? So it's like, if I have less people on TikTok but more people on YouTube that like value my time, that's where I'll do that. Oh, how do I start working out? How do you stay motivated? And maybe figuring out, like, you know, being there is like I had somebody that paid me for a session this morning. I was on from 12 to 1 that paid me for my body doubling session. So I was talking to them, but like I wasn't providing like a reading or anything like that, but it was literally for me to basically be like their executive assistant for an hour on Zoom. You know, so $100 for an hour of my time to sit and just help with like the organizational management. So like, that's a thing that you can get paid for. You know, sometimes it is just about like somebody needing somebody there that like can understand at the level. And this client that has done, this is like her 5th session with me doing that. It's not something that I even offer publicly to everybody because I don't want to, that's not what I want for everyone that I work with, right? Like there's other things, but like for this client, it's somebody that I've known for 3 years now that, you know, there's quick things that she rattles off to me that I have history and context to. So it makes it easy, but I didn't expect to have that become a thing. It was something that she asked me about and was like, wait, like I would love to like have a private one, like with this, like do a private session instead of like doing it publicly on like a YouTube live. So yeah, but that's just an example. So I would start to see like where do people try to pull at your attention, and how can you turn that into something that you get paid for? Yeah. And I think what can happen, Deanna, it's like this is like a marketing tool where it's like a give them what they want, but sell them what they need. So, you know, if it's a situation where, you know, they're asking you, you know that wellness is what they need, but they're meeting you at the level where they're not really open to hearing it, the more that you get comfortable, or they get comfortable with you, hi Melsum, then it opens the doorway for those conversations to happen because trust has been built in the connection in the relationship. So I would recommend kind of looking at it through that lens as well, which could be helpful. Thank you. But yeah, just some food for thought too. Let me go back up. Yeah, I noticed that, Brenna, from you, and one of the many reasons I like your stream, especially the pizza, because it sure does look delicious. I love that. I wish I could share leftovers with you. How I know about Indian cuisines. So honestly, I grew up with a couple of friends that are Indian, and then I grew up like, and also lived and worked in New York City, where there was a lot of diversity of food. So I always had like different Asian cuisines, Italian, Mediterranean, like from all over. So if you're exposed to it, that's how people know. I am in my early 30s, Aquario, but thank you. You like shrimp? There you go. Yeah, Tim asked what I was eating, pizza and spinach with garlic. Should I tell you a very embarrassing story that happened to me that SK is asking the day before yesterday? If you'd like to. I have had crispy cheese before. I love it. I love any kind of cheese. Any kind of cheese is delicious. Ghost says, is there any advice to becoming visible by the ideas or conversations to understand what they are wanting to talk about? Well, were you answering Deanna or were you asking me, Ghost? Hi, Asira. Hi, Albuzar. Brenna, it's simple for you to answer that. How do you look? Just answer like an angle. I don't know what you mean. Many new people in the chat. Yeah, it depends. I think like a lot of times on YouTube on Mondays, they send a lot of new people, but investment, I don't, what is FMCG? I don't know enough about investing with that, but I always say that real estate is always something that is, if you have the ability to maintain real estate, it is a good return on your investment. Even if you're just buying land and not property. Hi, Clarissa. Hi, Peyton. Should I tell you? Oh, yeah, I answered that. How can I increase my lean muscle mass? For context, I've been sedentary for 2 months. More protein, start lifting weights. Protein and weights, it's simple. Calories in, calories out. But the more protein that you have, and it's harder if you're vegetarian, but yeah, protein is important. Absolutely. The keyboard. Oh no, that's a shame, Turbo. That's awful. There's a lot of 3D printing scams out there now too. Bye, Swass. I'm sorry I didn't see you ahead of time. I hope you have a good day. Thank you for putting our chat together. Thank you, July. I appreciate that. Yeah, motivation, it's more, I would say people use the term motivation interchangeable with discipline, but it's more so discipline that's important. Yeah. It's repeating things even when you don't feel motivated to do it. We may have motivation, but it's discipline that actually, hi Ahmed, welcome back. Motivation that actually, or discipline that keeps us on target and on task. Yeah. So one thing at a time. Yeah, Gate 33 Rising. Exactly, like private access to everybody, you know, following that line of thinking. Yeah, I look older than a teenager, that's for sure. You spoke of Indian cuisine. Oh, Indian from India. Yeah. Native American, like Indian cuisine. I mean, it's like offensive to call, we don't say like Native Americans. It's like Native American, some people, it's Native American or, what's the other word? First Nations, but I'm not Native, so I can't say. Oh, I don't think the chat, Brenna, the chat will be created or not because most don't want to come to Insta. Okay. Yeah. Let me know. I'll make a chat. I'll make a post about it. I'll make a poll and then I'll have you guys decide. Because if you don't want to go to Insta, then Discord would be the second solution. I'll make one and, you know, wherever the majority of people go is fine. But unfortunately, you know, it's just the nature of the beast that some people will be left out if they don't want to join. Hello, God. Welcome. But let me go. I was going back here in the chat on my right-hand side. Yeah, definitely not 25. Okay, that was Eloise and Swas talking to each other. Before leaving my home with my fiance, let's just say we were having some time. Yeah. And your dad walked in? No! That's so embarrassing. You'll be glad you have your own place now. What shampoo do I use, Janet? I have the L'Oreal. It's called like Ever something. It's a L'Oreal shampoo though. It's a pink bottle. Aw, thank you, Cyber. Yeah, I'm behind in the chat. There were a lot of people that commented while I was eating, like it was the fastest while I was eating. So I don't have a Discord link set up yet, but I'm gonna make a poll to see if people want to do Instagram or Discord, and I'll make a portion. Yeah, it's really good, isn't it? I'll make a chat feature in whatever place that people vote that they want to go to. Thank you, Mohammed. Thank you, Jelly. Yeah. Versailles is the palace of Marie Antoinette. You need advice? Run, rest in peace? What does that mean? I'm good, Maya. How are you? Welcome back. Yes, Ross. Thank you. I am on Substack, but I don't post there consistently. I was for a while, but I have like 12 followers, and I already post a live. Oh, hello, Shroth. I already post a short, a reel, and a TikTok every single day. So I don't, like, the juice wasn't worth the squeeze for me. Yes, SK, I said it's great. The commission is to put in a frame. Oh, I love that. That's so nice. Why am I watching you? That's a good question. I don't know. I'm not single and I'm not ready to mingle. I will never mingle again. And I'm happy with that. I need advice on, oh yeah, when I'm watching you that I read. I need advice for applying what I listen to falling asleep. Let's just, anxiety. I like the rain sounds and I like fan sounds. They have that on Spotify. But yeah, that's just a simple, they have a lot of YouTube videos, 10 hours without, excuse me, without ads. So that can be helpful too for falling asleep, Ghost. Hi, Tejas, how are you? How do I maintain clear skin? I don't drink in excess. I don't smoke. I drink lots of water. And I also have makeup on, so I use Clinique foundation. So, yeah. Hello, Fadu. Save your tears for another day. I love that song. Oh, Starboy, there you go. So Maya, I actually have false lashes on. If you can see, they're false lashes. I need to fix this side a little bit, but these are not my real eyelashes, and I don't have mascara on. I use the Kiss Lily brown wispy lashes. Love to read about you. You're an intellectual. Thank you. Yeah, I need to, I love writing. I love talking about different things. If you have things that you want me to write about on Substack, I'm happy to. But I feel like more so my ideas were, the things that I talk about happen more so in conversation. Yeah, and I wear sunscreen. That's why I'm so pale. You can see I have some freckles naturally, but yeah. States are obsessed with fashion. We are. I love fashion. My name's Brenna. Yeah, there's still time to shower. I have oil in my hair right now, so I actually have to, my ends get dry, so I have to wash it today after I work out. Yes, Guru, I forgot your actual name. Yes. The current status of moderator. Hi, Ujala, how are you? But I didn't have any, thank you, Riz. I didn't have any exact status, but I don't feel the need for a moderator right now because I'm quick to get people out. Yeah. I won't too inspired from you. I don't know what you mean, Shah. Yeah, this is The Birth of Venus by Botticelli. It's an old Italian fresco. Vaishnav? Yeah, of course. Absolutely, Ujala. It's nice to see you. You're right. 1-to-1 iteration creates kind of thinking. Yeah. Yeah, I did listen to 0%. I don't actually like Santos Bravos. I'm sorry to say. They're not my, they're not my type of music. I don't feel like being through, I don't know what you mean, of as mad today. Oh, too tanned, yeah. Any advice on approaching anxiety? So there's a couple ways to approach it. Understanding, bye Eddie, enjoy. Understanding where your anxiety comes from is important. I would take a look at figuring out like what is it? It could be for multiple places. I know that my anxiety was worse when I was at school every single day because I'm not somebody that I don't like being around people in public every single day, 5 days a week. So, I definitely, that was something that increased my anxiety because I'm just sensitive to the way that other people are. So that was one of the main things. So it depends on if you're in school or not. I also, for me, I started my own business and became self-employed because I didn't want to, I didn't want to be in an office with other people like that every day. But I knew that was going to come with its own variation of anxiety because getting your own business together is challenging. I don't know what that means, Babu. That's not English I can understand. No, Tejas, don't worry about removing your tan. Listen, people who are as fair as me want to be tan. People who are tan want to be fair. It's like we always like what we don't have, Yeah. And actually talk more with people with confidence without fear of judgment. And I think knowing that there's always going to be people that will judge you. Of course, miss. So you can't outsmart judgment, right? There's always going to be people that want to be judgmental, that want to push your buttons, that want to say something because they thrive. Their only goal is getting a reaction and feeling comfortable and making you feel anxious. But, I think the people that really matter, they're the ones that are worth focusing on, not the people that misunderstand you, because there's always going to be people that misunderstand you. But I think doing it in a way, exposure therapy and doing, you know, slow integration of things that help you to feel more confident is important, and not rushing to feel like, okay, the only way I'm going to get over this is if I rush to do a talk in front of 500 people on stage, you know, and what are the slow and steady wins the race type things that you can do to make yourself feel a little bit more grounded and more confident. But yeah, so it just takes time. Yeah. Let me go back. I know there were a couple questions, but yeah, I mean, I think it's a matter of practice for sure. Why did you not get into trading full time? Just because I didn't want to be up early with the stock market. And I don't like high risk business like that. I mean, any business is a risk, but for me, thank you. For me with business, hi Paxton, how are you? I hope you're feeling better. But yeah, building a business is building relationships. It's true. Thank you, Cyber. I appreciate that. Yeah, I need advice to survive. Absolutely. Running, that's funny. I mean, what are you trying to survive? Just daily life? It's tough out here for a lot of people. I don't have my master's or doctorate, although I do want to get them someday. I'm just not ready to go back to school right now. But I love school. I love studying. I would go back. Well, the two biggest things that people always ask about when you're in a position to give advice is like money and love, you know? When you are somebody who, you know, like most people, like when you put yourself in a position online, that's what most people are Googling or asking about. So I don't know. That's not Jesus behind me now. Yeah. Thank you, Rhythm. I appreciate that. I asked my crush out for coffee and she rejected. I just kept taking it personally. I mean, you know, high risk, high reward. Putting yourself out there is always going to come with a layer of, you know, vulnerability. And so it just was the right idea. You know, think about the traits in your crush that you liked. And there are other people out there that I'm sure have the same traits, you know, going out there in that capacity. Yeah, I haven't done any fictional show auditions, excuse me. Yeah, 61% symmetrical. That's a very specific percentage. I love getting confident, but when does it become too much, making your ideas or taking has to unhinge? I don't know what you mean. How can we become a place of successful actor in global industries? You have to apply for, you know, different productions that are in other areas of the world than your own. Yeah. So different locations of the world. Like if you're, I don't know what area of the world that you're in, but yeah, crushing experiences. No, that is true. Yeah. Yeah, are now happening. I know a lot of people. It's true. Then why quantum mechanics? Oh, they're asking Siddharth. Okay. I need advice on women's rights. People don't follow them. It depends. I mean, yeah, there are people that don't follow respecting other people in general, regardless of gender. But like for me, like I don't, you know, it's like don't stoop to their level. You know, if somebody's not respectful, don't be respectful back. You know, or you could have respect by walking away, respect for yourself. Like you don't have to listen to people. I treat people with respect, but more so by ignoring them. I just don't entertain people that are rude or cruel for no reason. Because I have too many people in my life that are positive, so it doesn't really matter. Hi, Ricky Martin. Welcome. Peanuts today. Oh, people think you're European. That's funny. Hello. Yeah, give respect. Yeah, I'm like of the varietal that it's like, if you're respectful, I respect you back, but I think those things are earned, not given. Yeah. I'm Groot. I forgot about that movie. Guardian's Guide to the Galaxy. That's the one with Groot in it, right? I can't watch that with the whole like last movie with the raccoon. I was like, I don't want to cry and be upset. Very respectable individual. Thank you. Oh, what's my Myers-Briggs? I'm an INFJ. INFJ. Yeah. Yeah. I have a spiritual practice, but I do more so business management and talent management for people that are in like spiritual disciplines or spiritual modalities. Like if people are in looking to do any type of wellness or speaking, things along those lines. So my background is in talent management in New York City. It's the INFJ is like your personality type. So introverted, I forget, non-judgment. Oh yeah, there you go, Deanna. It's so funny because people are like, like you guys, they would never think that we're an but it is true. Business management, like HR? No, more so just like managing your business, like how to create it from the ground up. Yeah. How to go to the moon? I don't know. You're a good person, so it's not like I'm bringing any of the silliness. Yeah, no, absolutely. Making notes after to complete a book, how to note things down, what specific things one should write. Well, I think it depends on like what you want to remember from the book. Like, is it like basics, Rick, about like main characters or like I would literally, like I do. Yeah, exactly, Deanna, same here. I'm like, no, like I'm on right now because behind the scenes, I stay hidden, you know? But when I walk around with like a notepad like this all the time. Sorry. Yeah, motivational speaker. I am. Yeah. What is that, Cyber? Well, making your hips bigger, I mean, being pregnant is not going to make them smaller. But I have wider hips, so like my hip bones come out wide. Like if I stand up, my hip, like that's my hip bone. I don't have much weight here. I carry it more so here. But it depends on your bone structure. So paying attention to what your bone structure is gonna be important to if your hips are narrow or not. But you know, any type of cardio is always going to be helpful. I also just recommend walking. Yeah. Yes, psychology, of course. Hip transplant. Exactly. Surgery. People get a lot of surgery for a lot of things. Real. Yeah, what keeps me happy? You look so happy. I mean, I've had a lot of days where I wasn't happy in my life. And I just made a decision to, like, even when things were challenging, to always find moments of my day to be happy. And I'm also not very sensitive to things that don't really matter. You know, I work out 6 days a week. I make sure that I'm, you know, don't overthink about anything super negative. I handle my problems as they happen so they don't build internally. And anything that I can't fix or take an action on is something that I have to release and let go because there's nothing I can do about it. That takes practice, but it's not impossible. Yeah. Rob, yeah, walking out of your job, I get it. I totally get it. I've done that before. I remember I got really sick one Christmas when I was working in a retail store. I got really sick and it was over Christmas time. So I was like, I'm staying home because like I had to wear a mask into work. And I was like, this is Christmas Eve, or Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, Christmas Eve. And the owners were like, you know, that's really selfish of you to stay home, you know, on Christmas Eve. And I was like, it's not like I was playing hooky and left to go just do nothing with my family because we weren't celebrating till Christmas Day anyway. So I had a key to the store because I could open and close like the store at the time. And the next, I had a couple days off. And so the first day off, that I had, I went to the store and I was like, well, since I'm so selfish, then here's how selfish I could really be. And just I didn't give them 2 weeks notice or anything. I was like, I know, like, if that's what you think and you guys live right around the corner and this is your store where you have the option to open or close it or not, like, I'm not doing that, you know. But people do go to churches on Christmas, but who said I didn't? Oh no, this is it's an ancient, well, not ancient, but it's a Italian Renaissance fresco about the birth of Venus by Botticelli. But yeah, I drive a wagon and the transport manager is giving me all crazy routes, so I left onwards and upwards. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, you just spin in the morning. I love that. I walk on the treadmill and then I lift weights. Yeah. Yeah. Most people wear gemstones for positivity. Yeah, I mean, that can definitely be helpful. I just find that, like, if you need, like, the reminder, like, you know, if you need an external reminder, but, you know, I don't need to wear them to feel positive for me specifically. Specifically. Oh, I didn't know, Ferrari, if you guys, sometimes when you, Siddharth, and Roses are going back and forth and having a conversation, I'll read people's comments in between. That's why I asked you guys to write my name in capital letters once you're looping me back in, because I'm not going to read them if they're just comments that you guys are talking about in personal conversation. Yeah. Electrolytes, yes. Oh my gosh, yeah, you'll need it. Absolutely. Brenna is positivity. Thank you. Yeah. Still no tag. I don't know what tag means. How do you meditate? Do thoughts? Yeah. So thoughts and internal monologue affect through meditation. So with meditation, there are 2 types of people. There are people who can forget, but there are people also. Hold on. Okay, there we go. But there are also people who have thoughts like I do. Like, there's thoughts that go in between your brain, you know, like at any time. We have many, like 35,000 thoughts a day as humans. So for me, it's like I'll acknowledge a thought and then go back to the meditation. But that's why I do guided meditations. And then if I'm in a spot where I feel like I don't need, because guided meditations, you'll hear a certain beat or song or like words being spoken. So that way I at least have like words that help me to reference back to. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Yeah, I already blocked the person. Like, I removed them from the chat. That was like the woman asking if I date women. No offense to people who do, but I'm happily married. Oh, 5'3" and 5'8". No, that's cute. That's a good height difference. Bye, Cyber. Nice to see you. Absolutely. I'll be back tomorrow. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. Screenshot. That's cute. But yeah, someone was asking me, oh, it was SK. You were asking me, you were like, on Saturday, how do you, like, it's so weird that all these guys like ask you to marry them. And I was like, for multiple years of my life, like, I've always had people coming up to me, like, even when I was a lot younger than I am now, which is even creepier, to marry me, date me for my phone number. And I don't say that from like an ego perspective, because it was nobody that was worth looking at or attractive anyway. So, you know, it's never the people that you want to ask you, you know. Thank you, Darshak. I appreciate that. How do I maintain my smile? Energetically or literally? I brush my teeth twice a day, use a tongue scraper. Yeah, taking care of your teeth. I use a flosser stick all the time. Yeah, it's true, Myers. There's so many other places for that. Hi, Akash. Welcome. Hi, Roz. Not the same height when I wear heels. I'm like up to his shoulders. Yeah, when I wear heels, I'm actually taller than my husband. So it depends on how high the heel is. If it's an inch, we're like the same height, but he's only slightly, we're like pretty much the same height, actually. Yeah. And that's just genetics. Like, it just depends on where you're from. Some people are naturally shorter than others. Yeah. Really suffering bad. Oh, hi, Connor. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm happy to help. I'm glad I could in some capacity. Dating before marriage? Yes. When do you think it's perfect time to get married? Age to me doesn't really matter, but I do think, hi Raz, thank you. I do think that it's important to date before marriage. I know that I wouldn't want to, I wouldn't do well with an arranged marriage, but that's also like because of like my culture, like I'm an American, so it's just more rare. Are there communities in America that do have arranged marriages? Yes. But for me, it's more so a matter of I wanted to date before marriage because I want to know like who I lived with my husband before we got married, So I don't know. I just wasn't, I could never imagine not knowing somebody and marrying them. Yeah. I think a lot of people feel that way, but yeah, of course, Connor, absolutely. Yeah. No double emoji. One advice to youth. Oh my gosh. Remember that there's so much that you can do outside. Turn off the phone every once in a while and practice like being away from your phone. I think Russian, Siddharth, like the culture. It was a typo. Thank you, John. Exactly. Exactly. Thank you, Darshik. I appreciate that. But yeah, I know it's hard to think about it, but as a kid, or like for me, because like I'm not a kid, right? Being in my early 30s, I remember what it was like to not have a cell phone, and doing things like for 3 hours yesterday I was reading different design books, because that was like the picture I posted on my Instagram story was of like the design books on my floor, because we ordered new chairs for my living room, and then we decorated our downstairs living area. So like those types of things that are important to like, move around and do the things. I was always redecorating my room as a teenager as well. Kept me distracted. Hi, Ashwani. The chat is always hectic. Welcome to the internet where the chats are always hectic. More simpler guys. Yeah. Do you have most of something I can say? I don't know. Yeah, prob do have most of what I can say. It's just too much. It's very different from other. Or yeah, your energy is different from others. I understand. I'm good. How are you? Hi, Ashir. So what's the longest you've been away from the digital world? Isn't it difficult in today's world? Well, I mean, I'll go for hours at a time, but I haven't stopped like going from tech all the time. It just depends. I'm more so like when I'm off my phone, I don't think about it, and I don't go on my phone to like, what's the word? Like scroll mindlessly. So like if I'm opening an app, like I'm intentional about going to open an app and things like that, and engage in tech. I know what I'm in it for, but like I just value my time offline and doing other things that are more productive towards my goals than getting lost in my phone. But I'm also older. Like I feel like it's harder when you're younger and there's like you're responsible for different things and time feels like it's a little shorter, or longer rather, excuse me. So there's a lot of impatience that we have to fight when you're younger, So I would pay attention to that. I'm 5'8". People of the chat around the world, I need your support to reform this world. There you go. Do I think abortion should be legal? No, I think people should have the right to choose. This is not going to be a card reading now. Advice on my stamina, how I speak so much. So I just do naturally. I just have the ability to talk a lot of vocabulary words. Probably time does feel longer in adulthood. Most of your childhood becomes, preview. That's true. Your father's shorter than you. That's common, yeah. So he would be about to hear, probably. Maybe that's about 2 inches. It would be very noticeable. South Africa, hello. That's so cool. I love that. Yes, Mikey, exactly. It's helpful not to have, like, when you're not on it all the time. I'm from the US. I'm North American. Wadia, my name's Brenna. Yeah. Yeah, that's the main argument, but it's more so like that argument, Ferrari, comes from religion. Thank you. Yeah, I just got my nails done. Yes, I am. I answered the question. I am married. I'm 33. I know. I'm 33 though. I'm not old, but I'm not young either. I'm an adult. I've been an adult for a long time. Yeah. Would I, Sam? Oh my gosh. It's so funny. Like in the middle of, oh, you had long hair. Yeah, that happens sometimes. People's hair changes too. Yeah, but height isn't a matter of winning in a fight. It's about skill. I mean, look at some UFC fighters. They're only like 5'4", 5'5", and then, they end up winning somebody that's against somebody that's taller. But I guess height and weight class, is also going to play into that, obviously. But, it's about skill. Skill issue. Yeah, Swass left. Yeah, 33, but I feel 88. I understand. Yeah, I'm 5'8". Exactly, Mikey. Exactly. We're in the same boat. Young people think we're old people think we're young. Exactly right. And I'm like, okay, I feel 400 years old. Thank you, Ash. I am married. I know. There is that meme going around to the Kirk song, and it was like, when my kids ask me who he was, and it's like who he wasn't, because there's all those like memes. It's so crazy. But the argument with his death is that, like, of course it's objectively sad when people die, but like he died for the things that he believed in. So he was like a martyr to his own, I don't know if martyr's a word, but like a martyr to his own cause. So like by his argument, he also wouldn't be mad about the way that he died. So it's really interesting, like, to look at it through that lens. But I don't know. There's just like, I see and deal with so many people on the daily that are struggling in a much more simple way, where like helping people get food and shelter and like those types of things are, what I choose to spend my time focusing on at this point in time in my life. Yeah. Please tell me how to learn from your advices and how to apply it. Need advice. I mean, applying it is just about discipline. So if you want to accomplish anything, you have to be disciplined about it. Thank you, Richard. I appreciate that. Will you just block those guys telling you to marry them? Usually I do. It's just a matter of how fast I can get to it. Yeah. I don't know enough about what he stood for, honestly. I just like, there's only so much time that I spend listening to people who go around talking like and campaigning for certain things when it comes to politics. Like, I'm informed enough, but I don't live in that world too much. So I don't really talk about, like, it's like if I don't know enough about it, I just don't know enough about it. Yeah. I'm from North America. Yeah. Is marriage a discipline that you should practice every day? It is, but discipline doesn't always have to be difficult. Yeah, there you go, Shah. I think that if there's two types of marriages that exist, one that people that got married for love, and the other for people who got married because it's like what they're supposed to do in between, or at that moment in time in their lives. And so it takes a little bit of time for people to understand what their marriage was set up as, if it was set up, or if it was from a place of love. But that love I consider love to be a verb. In which country are people genuinely happy? I think it's more of I don't think it's a country thing. I think it's more of a personal thing. However, I think that it just is obviously going to depend on what's happening, war, hunger, stress level. I don't remember what country was voted the happiest in the world. I want to say it was like somewhere, like some Scandinavian country, like Norway or Sweden or something like that. because they had more of a work-life balance. I don't remember though. Yeah. Oh, late mom. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Batman. That's so sad. Aw. Finland. Okay. Yeah. Aw, thank you for the compliment on my eyes. If I ignore it, yes, I do brush my teeth. Hi, Caleb. How are you? Yeah, you're bound to surgery. No. Yeah, it's like they're gas bubbles in your feet. Mike Tyson was 5'9", but built like a tank. Yeah, absolutely. Because you know, like for Mike Tyson, he knew his height was going to be an issue. So you train around your issue, you know? Hello, Priya. Welcome. You need me, Wadia? I'm here right now. I'm only going to be on for a little bit longer, and then I'm going to get on with my day. I have some organizing to do upstairs. I'm from North America, though. Yeah, travel I do think affects happiness for sure. I think it's important to get out of your daily situation, even if that means you're not traveling like vacationing, even if you drive around, and go somewhere outside of your normal day-to-day, that's important. Thank you, Real. Thank you, Prince. Welcome from India. Oh, a doctor, that's awesome. What does MBBS mean? Mariah, hello. You're from, I don't know where that's from, or I don't know what that place is. I will be back on tomorrow, and I am postponing the cooking live until next Wednesday. My name's Brenna. Oh, heart specialist. Okay. That's cool. I had a friend who was an assistant to heart surgery. That's a difficult job, a lot of pressure. You like the Friday format when I'm not here? Or the horizontal format, you mean Saturday? Yeah. Bachelor's, master. Oh, okay, I understand. Yeah, so you have your master's and your bachelor's. That's cool. There we go. I don't like that because you ignore me. On Saturdays, or I don't know if when you say ignore, I don't know if you mean Ferrari or me. Oh, I didn't even notice he came out of the shower. That's so funny. I follow a version of, it's your horoscope, but I more so follow a solar return chart. And then I also look at Western astrology, but I specifically use a chart called Human Design. So I have that linked on my website too. Aw, your mom calls you Prince. That's sweet. That's true. How much lip gloss is too much lip gloss? I don't know. I think there can never be enough. Because I talk a lot on live, obviously, I'm always reapplying. I have like my lip tint now. But no such thing. Hello, good morning, Ashwani. Yeah, of course, Prince. This one is the Lifter Gloss by Maybelline with hyaluronic acid in the color Heat. I just got this at like Walgreens or CVS when I was there. I also like Clinique. I like, what else do I have upstairs? I do want to try Rhode lip gloss at some point. There was also a new one at Ulta that I wanted to try. It starts with an E. It's like Avum or something like that. I like anything that's hydrating, but I also use this as like a lip, like a chapstick. So I'll try that. Yeah, Maybelline. I love Porsche 911. A vintage one. Like I would want like a vintage Italian car. Maybe even a Ferrari. But that would be the best one. Bye, Siddharth. I'm about to head out in a minute myself. I don't know Osho, but I would look into his work though. It sounds cool. Oh, Bhavya Singh. I'm married. What advice do I have for somebody who wants to be a leader? Don't try to be a leader. Just focus on being somebody that takes good actions and is confident about them. And that's how you gain a following. But don't be so obsessed with trying to be a leader, because usually that means it's ego driven and not in service of the people, which is what a true leader should be, is in service of the people. Hi, Least. Least trustworthy weasel. I love that. Rolls Royce Phantom. Yes, you're a big baller. Big baller, high roller. That's some Dubai, on some Dubai stuff. Yes. Dubai, maybe. Hello, Dubai. Thank you, Real. Yeah, I've done a lot of speaking in my life, that's for sure. Oh, brave man, that's good. Thank you, Adia. I like you too. Bugatti Chiron. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't know enough about Bugattis. I like cars that are more angular. But yeah. Thank you, least trustworthy. I appreciate that gift. Thank you. That's an amazing username and picture. Bye, Ghost. I'll see you next time. Yes. Yeah, you stay long enough, or leave early enough to be a hero, stay long enough to be the villain. That is true. I am married, yes. But before I sign off for the afternoon, I did create memberships on my page. So when you go to my page, for those of you that asked, I did create 3 membership tiers. So those are there. You don't need to join a membership. It's just for the people that were interested in doing that. Thank you, Real Me. Falling for people on live streams, asking for a friend. But I'll be on again tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I'm on from like 1 to 3 every day. It's 3 p.m. my time right now. But I'll be back on tomorrow, same time, same place. So thank you guys for being here. It was nice to see you and spend the afternoon. Thanks for chatting and having lunch with me. And I'm glad I got to help you guys in some capacity. But I will see you tomorrow. Have a beautiful rest of your afternoon.